You know how people say the worst kind of betrayal doesn't come from your enemies, but from the people you love the most. I didn't really get it until it happened to me, because the two people I trusted most in this world, my husband and my best friend, decided to betray me in the dirtiest way possible. And instead of just quietly moving on, I made sure they would regret it. This is the story of how I got my revenge. I'll start with some backstory. My husband, Mark, and I were together for almost 7 years. Married for 5. We met in college. He was the charming guy in my economics class, and I was the nerd in the front row taking color-coded notes. Somehow, he noticed me, asked me out, and before I knew it, we were inseparable. My best friend, Megan, had been in my life even longer. We'd been friends since high school. She was the kind of friend you told everything to. She knew all my secrets, all my insecurities, and all my dreams. She was there when I cried over breakups, when I graduated, when Mark proposed. She even helped me pick out my wedding dress. So yeah, to me, she wasn't just a best friend, she was family. Fast forward a few years, and Mark and I had a pretty stable life. I wouldn't say it was a fairy tale, but we had a nice little house, steady jobs, and plans to start a family soon. Things felt secure, at least that's what I thought. It started small. Megan had just gotten out of a long-term relationship, and naturally, I was there for her. She'd call me late at night crying, and I'd tell her she could come over anytime. She started dropping by more often, and Mark, being helpful, would often keep her company when I was busy. At first, I thought nothing of it. I mean, what's the harm? She's my best friend. He's my husband. They're two of the people I love most in the world. But little things started to bother me, like how Mark would laugh at her jokes way too hard, or how Megan would touch his arm just a little too long when she said goodbye, or how they'd exchange these weird glances when they thought I wasn't looking. I tried to brush it off, telling myself I was being paranoid. But deep down, my gut was screaming that something wasn't right. The real red flag came one night when I came home early from work. I walked in to find them sitting really close on the couch, laughing about something. When they saw me, they jumped apart like guilty teenagers caught sneaking out. I asked what was going on, and they both laughed nervously. "Oh, nothing. Just watching a funny video," they said. But the look in their eyes told me everything. 2 weeks later, my suspicions were confirmed. Mark had gone to take a shower, and his phone buzzed on the nightstand. Normally, I wouldn't snoop, but something in me said, check it, and thank God I did. There it was, messages from Megan. Not just friendly banter, but explicit texts, pictures, things I wish I could unsee. And to top it off, she wasn't even saved under her real name. He had her listed as Mike from work. Real subtle. My heart sank. I felt like the room was spinning. The betrayal hit me so hard I couldn't breathe. But instead of confronting them right then, I did something different. I decided to stay quiet, because if they wanted to play games, I was going to outplay them. For the next month, I acted like nothing was wrong. I smiled, cooked dinner, kissed Mark goodnight. All the while, I was documenting everything. I screenshotted the texts, forwarded the photos to my email, even downloaded a tracking app on Mark's phone to see when they were meeting up. And oh boy, they weren't even careful. Lunch breaks, errands, late-night meetups. I had proof of it all. The more evidence I collected, the angrier I became, but also the calmer, because I knew I was about to burn their little secret to the ground. And the perfect opportunity fell right into my lap. Mark's birthday was coming up, and every year we hosted a big dinner with family and friends. He was already excited, talking about what food to serve and which friends to invite. And of course, Megan was on the guest list. That's when it hit me. This would be the stage for their downfall. The night of his birthday, everyone gathered at our house. Friends, family, co-workers. The atmosphere was warm and happy. People were laughing, drinking, eating. When it was time for speeches, I stood up with my glass in hand. Everyone quieted down, expecting some sweet, loving words. I started off exactly like that. "Mark, happy birthday. You've been my husband, my partner, my best friend." I paused and smiled at him. He smiled back, clueless. Then I turned to Megan. And speaking of best friends, I really want to thank Megan for keeping him so entertained behind my back. The room went silent. I pulled out the remote, connected my phone to the TV, and boom, their texts, their pictures, their little meetup splashed across the screen for everyone to see. Gasps filled the room. My mother-in-law clutched her pearls. Mark's face drained of color. Megan's jaw dropped. I looked at them both and said calmly, I hope you to find happiness together. Because this marriage, it's over. And with that, I put down my glass and walked out. The fallout was glorious. Megan's reputation imploded overnight. Our mutual friends cut her off immediately. She lost her girl next door image and became the homewrecker at work, where she thought no one would find out. Oh, everyone knew. Mark tried to call me endlessly, begging me to talk, saying it was just a mistake, and that he was drunk when it started. Please. You don't accidentally sleep with someone multiple times over months. I blocked him everywhere. The divorce is in progress, and thanks to the receipts I collected, I'll be walking away with more than I came in with. As for Megan, she moved out of town a few months later, couldn't handle the whispers and the judgment. Do I regret it? No. Some people say revenge doesn't solve anything. Maybe that's true in some cases, but for me, exposing them wasn't just about revenge, it was about closure. It was about showing them, in front of everyone, that they couldn't lie, couldn't gaslight me, couldn't make me feel crazy. They betrayed me, and I made sure the world knew who they really were. Now, I'm focusing on me. I'm rediscovering hobbies I gave up, reconnecting with friends, and even started dating again. So yeah, maybe I was a little petty, but after everything they did, I think I earned it. So Reddit, was I the asshole for blowing up their affair publicly, or was it the justice they both deserved?